Ladies and gentlemen, the problem with the Tata-owned Air India, especially after Tata's took over Air India, is the chalta hai attitude that is going on in Air India. And we've been talking about this for the longest time. But there is an approach from Air India which is absolutely drenching in corporate arrogance. They think they are beyond question. And I told them today that if they want to answer questions of Republic, we have sent them a questionnaire. They should answer directly on record. There is no point in any of these people from Air India trying to contact Republic informally and trying to make requests informally. We will not listen. Now, we are told that the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security has suddenly woken up and asked for all information from Air India, asking for all details from Air India and giving them time till end of day to respond. Why? Was the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security sleeping till now? How come their approach has changed because now there is public and political pressure? Why was there no political pressure till now? Every rational expert I've spoken to is convinced that the Tata-owned Air India got an extremely long rope from the Director General of Civil Aviation on very serious issues. Yesterday I came public with investigation reports in which it was found that Air India was complicit in the gravest of crimes. And yet they were given time. The most recent show cause notice to Air India is right here before me. It is dated the 5th of June 2025. And they are given 15 days to respond. These are serious problems. You don't give an airline that carries lakhs of people a day 15 days to respond on these issues. The other matter I want to now seriously raise is the question of monopolies and duopolies. I am against monopolies and duopolies. The government of India must actually bring this into effect. It is a bad thing if there are monopolies or duopolies in this country. The government would never allow two news networks to operate or two news channels to operate or disseminate all information in India. And they would say that then the power in those news networks is too much. We must put a leash on monopolies and duopolies. If they don't allow this in media, if they don't allow this in other sensitive sectors, why are they allowing this in the aviation industry? Is a question I have. I don't know the legalities. I don't know. We have a monopolies commission. We have commissions which look at, making sure that competitive frameworks, market frameworks operate. But how is it that in the aviation industry, between Tata-owned Air India group after the merger with Vistara and Air India and Indigo, between these two, they have near market monopoly. They have over 90% of the market. Indigo has over 60% of the market. Air India has more than 25% of the market. And if two airline companies have over 90% of the market, is it good for people of this country? Is this the reason why during the Shahi Snan days of the Mahakumbh, the Delhi Prayagraj airfare rose fourfold to over 40,000-50,000. DGCA was forced to step in and tell the airlines, rationalize your airfares. I'm only talking about the way in which these airlines fleece from you and me, from the common man. In fact, even after the Pahalgam attack, if you check the prices for Srinagar, in and out of Srinagar, particularly to Delhi and other metros, had spiked up dramatically and irrationally. Which means even after a terrorist attack, when there is panic, when there is more demand, they just hike the rates. There is no sensitivity of these airlines at that point of time that we should not do things like this. We should not be exploitative. And where is the government when all of these things happen? You see, the government cannot look away and say these are decisions of private companies. These are decisions of private companies in an aviation industry which is working on an effective duopoly model is my concern. And my concern is the concern of everyone. Now, why am I talking about this after all that has happened? Because it is relevant. Because these airlines will not care enough about safety, will not care about standards, will not care about not having agreements with Turkish companies, will not care enough about maintenance, technical faults, if they are in a monopoly or duopoly situation. You can't say, and Tata Group is constantly emphasizing. It was appalling to hear this CEO, their foreign CEO Campbell say, we have offered 1 crore rupees, we have offered 1 crore rupees, we have given 1 crore rupees. Yesterday he was there running away from our reporter. We have given 1 crore rupees. So what the hell do you mean, Mr. Campbell Wilson? You've given 1 crore rupees. And does that take your name off the offenders list in the investigation report which I have, which you're getting away with? This corporate arrogance must be stopped by the Tatas. Chandra from the Tatas says, the big boss of the Tatas, he says in a statement to his colleagues, we'll get over this, we'll do that, Tata Group is this, Tata Group is that. But first, Mr. Chandra, I request you sack this arrogant man who goes on saying we've given 1 crore rupees. What does he mean by saying that we've got 1 crore rupees? Rudra was a 20-year-old boy who lost his life while traveling for studies. You are saying you've given 1 crore rupees. Nangthal, a young northeastern cabin crew member's mother was in shock, looked inconsolable. We have visuals. And you say, we've given 1 crore rupees. Why are you emphasizing if you've given 1 crore rupees? Why is it part of a press statement? Why is this irresponsible CEO of yours who should have been sacked by now? You're not sacking him, Mr. Chandra. You're not sacking him. That's absolutely unforgivable. You're giving him a long rope. You may think that sacking him will be seen to be an admission of complicity. Even if it is, sack him. 241 people died in the plane and countless others on the ground. Sack him, Mr. Chandra, sack him. Pratik Joshi and Koni Vyas, along with their children and their eldest daughter, were on the flight. They were going to start a new life in London. You say we've given 1 crore rupees. Arjun Patolia had come to India to perform the last rites of his wife. This was his wife's last wish. Imagine the heavy heart that man was carrying with him in his last hours as he flew out of India, and you say you've given 1 crore rupees. You keep emphasizing in your press statements, in your videos, we've given 1 crore rupees. Khushbu got married in January this year. Her husband is a student in London. She was so excited. She was going back to meet him. You say we've given 1 crore rupees. And is it true or not? Is it true or not that you said that you have had a record-breaking revenue of 61,000 crores? Then tell me, Mr. Campbell, Mr. Chandra, you have 61,000 crores revenue and you boast about it. But you can't have air conditioning on the plane. You couldn't do enough. And all you want to do right now is deflect responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, I am against the market monopoly of a few airlines. You should too. You should raise your voice against it. We must stop the monopolies in this country. You see, big companies must be put in their place in this country. This country belongs to you. This country doesn't belong to any company or a group of companies or duopolies or triopolies or monopolies. This is my view here on Republic. I know that the other networks won't say it because they are not independent maybe. But this is an independent network. We're saying it. We're the only network with the guts to say it. End the monopoly, end the duopoly, end the triopoly, end the arrogance, end the corporate arrogance, end the exploitation. This country belongs to the people of this country, not to the capitalists who own airlines.